Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the new Marvel Cinematic Universe film that just came out last week. And of course, I also went and saw this movie last night for like a Monday night movie with my dad and Uncle Charles and my friend Anthony DiPino. And that's going to be on the third MCU film of 2021 this year, Eternals. So, Eternals is directed by Chloe Zhao, who's also known for directing the Academy Award winner for Best Picture of 2020 last year, Nomadland. And the music score is composed by Raymond Djawadi. Yeah, Raymond Djawadi, whatever you want to pronounce it. Yeah. So, Eternals is about this. The story of Eternals goes like this. The Eternals, a race of immortal but beings with superhuman powers who have secretly lived on Earth for thousands of years, reunite to battle the evil Deviants. So in the movie, all the Eternals, like, and all these beings, like they're all out to stop these evil creatures, like monsters known as Deviants. And so they all have to do whatever they can to try and stop the Deviants, and there you go. So like I said, I saw this movie at Regal last night for a Monday night movie with my dad and Uncle Charles and my friend Anthony DiPino. And I'm gonna have to say, I disagree with those critics on Rotten Tomatoes, like, because nobody really cares about Rotten Tomatoes anymore, because this is a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, right? Because I pretty much love every Marvel Cinematic Universe film, except that I never really watched the second MCU film, like The Incredible Hulk, like the original Incredible Hulk. I never really saw that, but in terms of the modern Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's really awesome. And I gotta say, what do I think of Eternals? I'm sure some of you guys have already know who have read my community tab. I gotta say, I really loved Eternals. I thought Eternals was an awesome MCU film of 2021 this year. Because I disagree with those critics on Rotten Tomatoes who gave this, like, mixed reviews, because, excuse me, like critics have kind of praised the acting performances or something like that. Like, they praised the acting performances, but the pacing and runtime was criticized, and the lack of character development. But I thought the character development itself, for me, I didn't really mind the character development. Like, I thought I had a little bit of character development, but because it's kind of almost like Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, which was the MCU's last film that came out in September, and it's kind of like how this is kind of like a new MCU film where we get introduced to new characters that weren't in the previous installments of the MCU. Because you get Eternals just like Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, and was it as good as Shang-Chi? No, not really. I still preferred Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings, and I also prefer Black Widow as well. And I understand why some people didn't really like Black Widow that much, but I still love Black Widow. But if I had to choose between if I had to say which MCU film was the best of this year so far, I'm gonna have to say Shang-Chi. Yeah, Shang-Chi and Legend of Ten Rings. I'm gonna have to go with that one. Because I know that the last MCU film of 2021 that's coming out next month in December is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home. And I'm really excited for Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, so yeah, and of course, the director of Eternals, like I said, Chloe Zhao, like, you know, she and like I said, she was also known for directing the Academy Award winner for Best Picture of 2020 last year, Nomadland. And I loved Nomadland. And I loved Eternals as well. And Chloe Zhao, I thought she did a pretty good job directing this film. And Raymond Djawadi, like, his music score, it was pretty cool. And it's got talented actors as well. Like, you know, all the MCU actors and actresses, like, they all did a great job in this film. Like two actresses I know who are in this film are Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie. And Richard Madden was also in this film too, and I thought he did good. And Gemma Chan did a good job as well. And yeah. Yeah, and of course the previews I saw in front of Eternals were pretty cool. Like the first preview they showed was Moonfall, which comes out in February of 2022 next year, and the others were Sing 2, Encanto. Yeah, that's all I can remember. Or let's see. Oh yeah, and Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, and the Sony Marvel film Morbius that comes out next year. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can remember. So yeah, because I'm sure most of you guys have already seen my community tab post about the previews that I saw in front of Eternals. So there you go. Yeah, and also yes, I stayed through the entire credits to see the mid credits scene and the after credits scene. So if you haven't seen Eternals yet, then I recommend checking this film out and make sure to stay for the mid credits scene and the after credits scene. And yeah, and don't listen to those critics on Rotten Tomatoes. Like don't make them get your way. So yeah, don't let them get you. So there you go. So overall, Eternals was an awesome MCU film of 2021, and I'm gonna give Eternals 4 out of 5 stars. So there you have it, guys. That's gonna be it for my movie review on Eternals. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.